Okay, so I am doing my project on ambitions or drug addictions, an analysis of high school students and drug abuse. Since my findings are not conclusive yet, I still need to rework some of my tests. This is the preliminary findings and discussion. So for my project, I chose to do Monitoring the Future 2006. It seemed the most interesting to me. It is a study of seniors from around the nation, and it asks them questions about their demographics, as well as questions about their future and it goes into depth about their drug use. The topic I chose for my study is youth college ambition and use of marijuana, narcotics, and cocaine. So, and then as far as contribution goes, I'm after reviewing the literature, it appears that a lot of studies may be looking at marijuana and alcohol and other drugs, but narcotics and cocaine seem to not have as much literature. So my contribution is that I am furthering the knowledge about youth and use of narcotics and cocaine and how it affects college ambition. So these are just a few of the articles that I found that were really interesting, that helped me to kind of hone in on my idea. So Bugbee, Beck, and Fryer and Area from the study of 2019, they said many 12th graders have abstained from all substance use during their lifetime, and these adolescents experience better academia outcomes than their substance-using partners. While this may seem intuitive or common sense, this was kind of the I guess control idea for my study, because if students if they don't use any substances, then they are likely to have better academia outcomes, and perhaps even are more likely to have college, higher education ambition. Kirst, McCready, Borland, and Shaitan, 2014, they said studies consistently found that substance use increases among young adults as they transition away from high school. While this study primarily focuses on the transition outside of high school, it's an interesting study because my study is about college ambition, and so if there's a relationship between ambition and how they actually transition outside of high school, that could be important to adding to the knowledge. Pate, Way, and Leatherdale, 2017, they said, both alcohol and marijuana appear detrimental to student attendance, homework completion, grades, and perceived value of school achievement, which often conflict with their future academic goals. So this one was interesting because it specifically mentions alcohol and marijuana. So like much of the literature that I found, it's, if there is marijuana and other drugs, they don't specifically combine narcotics, cocaine, and marijuana in the same study. So I'm trying to see if my study is significant or in terms of finding a gap in the literature. Methodology. So I'm using SPSS through my access at Texas State. I'm using a multivariate regression analysis. I have one dependent variable and 3 independent variables, which may change later on as I progress further in my study, because as you'll see this later. My dependent variable, it's called V183. All their variables within the study don't have exact names like we've gotten used to. But V183 is essentially asking the question, how likely will you graduate from a four-year college? And it's on a four-point scale from definitely won't to definitely will. So this is what I'm using as my college ambition variable. And then my independent variables are marijuana plus hash over lifetime, narcotics use over lifetime, and cocaine use over lifetime. And all of these variables are measured the same way on a 1 through 7 scale from 0 occasions to 40 or more occasions. So here's my output data. And as you can see, hopefully my face isn't blocking the significance over here, but based on my regression analysis with all 3 of the drugs, marijuana is significant with a p-value of 0.000. Narcotics is only marginally significant. It is greater than the alpha, but only by 0.009. So it's marginally significant. Cocaine is not significant. Its p-value is 0.344, as you can see down here. So since cocaine was not significant, I decided to do a second output without cocaine. And the removal of cocaine as a variable made narcotics slightly more significant. Significance of narcotics improved by 0.055. The new p-value was 0.004, which is less than alpha. Narcotics is significant, and marijuana remained significant as well. Results. R squared for my 3 independent variables was 0.019. Marijuana, cocaine, and narcotics explain 1.9% of the variance. When I just did the 2 independent variables, it only explained 1.8% of the variance. Well, this seems very small. I'm sure that there's other reasons why students may or may not have chosen to answer that they were willing to graduate from a four-year college. Here's the regression equation. Will do four-year college is 3.521 plus negative 0.051 times marijuana plus negative 0.024 times narcotics. This one is just for the regression equation for the 2 independent variables. So moving forward with just the 2 independent variables, the p-value for both narcotics and marijuana is less than or alpha is 0.05. Thus, the hypothesis is accepted and the null is rejected. Hence, the slope of the narcotics is significant and the slope of marijuana and hashish or hash is significant. Analysis. It appears that the regression analysis is significant. What this means is that there are potential implications for ambition of higher education in relation to marijuana use and use of narcotics. This is in line with the literature, except narcotics. I still need to find more literature at this time that includes narcotics and youth ambition for higher education, and see if the results of the regression test are still significant in relation to that. All right, conclusions and future directions. Marijuana and narcotics use appear to have influence on whether students plan to attend or not attend a four-year college. Cocaine was removed from the second analysis because it was not significant in the first, and I wanted to see if narcotics and marijuana compared. Future studies should look more into narcotics and other prescription drug use in youth and how it relates to college and higher education ambition. All right, and these are some of my references that I used. All right, thank you so much for watching.